Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
This week we've been talking about the qualities of a spiritually minded person, and we're wrapping this study up today. We're looking at Job 31. What are the qualities of a spiritually minded person? Job is defending his character. Could you defend your character? And we're going to sum this study up by looking at the fact that Job was conscientious about his relationships, not with just his family, not with just his friends, but even with his enemies and with strangers. Do we practice those things in our life? I want you to look at verse number 29, Job 31, beginning at verse number 29. If I have rejoiced at the destruction of him who hated me, in other words, his enemy, or lifted myself up when evil found him, indeed, I have not allowed my mouth to sin by asking for a curse on his soul. So Job's saying, listen, I've been good to my enemies. I recognize that that's not the way a godly person should behave. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, we're told in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Listen to Romans chapter 12, beginning at verse number 20. Therefore, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him a drink. For in so doing, you will heap coals of fire on his head. Now listen to verse number 21. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. He loved his enemies, but not just his enemies, but even his strangers, the sojourner that he didn't even know. I want you to look down now at verse number 31. If the men of my tent have not said, who is there that has not been satisfied with his meat? But no sojourner had to lodge in the street, for I have opened my doors to the traveler. Do you understand what he's saying? I practiced hospitality to people I didn't even know. That's an amazing thing. When you stop and you think about the fact we need to be kind to our enemies, we need to be kind to strangers. As a matter of fact, over in Romans chapter 12 and verse number 13, there we read that we are to practice hospitality. Now, how do we do that? Well, in essence, what Job is saying is, I was gracious. And you know what grace is? Grace is the idea of giving someone something that they need rather than something that they deserve. That sums up the qualities of a spiritually minded person. Does that describe you? If we can help you in any way, please send us an email. We'd love to help you in any way that we can.